You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on Tokimeki Tonight. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today we get to cover another anime series from the 80s. For today's anime review is Tokimeki Tonight. Tokimeki Tonight anime series goes by many names. In Italy, it goes by the name Ranze la Strega. In China, it goes by the name Heartbeat Tonight. But in Japan, it translated it from the Japanese translation Tokimeki Tonight as Exciting Tonight. Tokimeki Tonight is a Japanese manga series by Koei Aikino. It was serialized in Shueisha's manga magazine Ribbon from January 1982 to October 1994. An television series was directed by Hiroshi Sasagawa, was adapted from the manga, and was broadcast on Nippon TV from October 7 to 1982 to September 23rd, 1983. Because this anime first premiered on Nippon TV on October 7th, 1982, particularly around the same time as Urusei Yatsura, the Kabocha Wine, Space Adventure Cobra, and Super Dimension Fortress Macross as well, until its final episode on September the 22nd, 1983, around the same time as Creamy Mami and Unico and the Island of Magic as well. So without any further ado, let's begin with our anime review on Tokimeki Tonight, including the characters as well. 15-year-old Ranze Ito lives in an isolated castle in Japan with her werewolf mother, vampire father, and younger brother Ranze. Despite her lineage, she has yet to demonstrate any special powers of her own, and her parents are worried she might be a normal girl. One day, Ranze's innate power finally manifests itself when she, quite by accident, discovers that she can change herself into a carbon copy of any object she bites, whether it's a human or a toast or a baseball or animal, depending on what she bites. When she can disguise as a the real master of disguise herself, whether it be a person or an inanimate object like a piece of a bread, but she can return to her normal self only by sneezing, and her parents are overjoyed, but Ranze's new powers make it difficult to continue living life as a normal teenage girl. On Ranze's first day at her new school in junior high, she meets and falls in love with the brash yet handsome young athlete Shun Makabe, who is basically a boxer for the boxing match. The chief problem is that Ranze's parents will not allow her to date a human, although there might be much more to Shun than meets the eye. On top of she also has a bitter rival in the pretty but spiteful Yoko Kamiya, the daughter of a Yakuza boss, who also likes Shun and doesn't take kindly to Ranze's intruding on her turf. Since this anime series ended years before the manga, the writers had to create an original ending. This leaves the story open-ended in the last episode, Shun being discovered of a star birthmark proving that he is actually the long-lost prince of the demon world. We'll get to that in one moment. Ranze is thrilled by the news, meaning she'll be able to marry him. However, when confronted by the king, Shun denies being the long-lost prince and claiming the star as a bruise. The king bans the Ito family from the demon world until they can bring back his long-lost son. When Shun returns home, his mother reveals that the star is actually a birthmark, and he realizes that he's the true long-lost prince of the demon world. And the Ito family were right about it all along. The following morning, Shun tries to talk to Ranze about the star on the way to school, but Yoko ends up interrupting the conversation. So the series closed with a special ending with not only Ranze, but the main cast dancing in cloaks to the ending theme song Super Love Lotion, especially, if you notice, if you will. And that's my review on the anime Tokimeki Tonight. Ranze Ito's the lead character, a 15-year-old girl. Ranze originally manifests no supernatural powers until she bites Yoko Kamiya and discovers she has vampiric powers that let her metamorph into whatever she bites a certainly way. Ranze's 5-year-old younger brother, he appears to not have any supernatural powers, but seems to be the only one that can tell who Ranze really is when she is transformed. Mori Ito and Shira Ito, because because she is Shira Ito is Ranze's mother, who is a werewolf. Mori Ito is Ranze's father, who is a vampire. Peck is a parrot born in the spirit world. Shun Makabe, the boy Ranze loves, who she also sits next to in class. Hanai Makabe is Shun's mother as well. Yoko Kamiya is Ranze's rival, the spoiled daughter of a Yakuza lord who also loves Shun. Yoko Kamiya is the spoiled daughter, kind of like Veruca Salt in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Well, she's particularly the Japanese Veruca Salt. Tamasa Baro Kamiya is Yoko's father. He's in love with Hanai Makabe. There are other characters like Kuni Hiko Shusai Takaba is Ranze's classmate who has a crush on her. Aaron is a demon who is the prince of the spirit kingdom. He has the ability to duplicate anything he touches. He is in love with Ranze. Sand is a 158-year-old demon, and Mr. Mitsuki is Ranze's middle school teacher as well. And yes, because the anime, I mean, Ranze's parents, her dad is a vampire and her mother is a werewolf. So this typically is like the Japanese Addams Family or the Munsters, particularly in Tokimeki Tonight. Because, this is basically, if you'll, which I'll mention that in just a moment to finish off the anime review only. But in anywho, even though Tokimeki Tonight started as a manga from July 1982 to until October 1994, but it only lasted about 30 volumes. This has run from the from the 80s until the 90s. Wow, it's like particularly like the longest running anime series, especially for an anime series like Tokimeki Tonight. Yep. Yeah, this particularly has to the extent of Urusei Yatsura and the Kabocha Wine, especially for Tokimeki Tonight. Even though it hasn't been released on DVD here in America, but it was released on DVD in Italy by Yamato Video under the Italian title as Ranze la Strega, as translated as Ranze the Witch, especially for the Italian dub version of the original Tokimeki Tonight anime series, which includes the Italian Aberration theme song performed by I Cavalieri del Re, which translates as the Knights of the King, because the Italian theme song always appears for the Italian that always opens for the Italian dub version of the original Tokimeki Tonight anime TV series, especially for yet another kind of anime from the 80s, especially. But I noticed there's some pop culture references from movies in Tokimeki Tonight, including Rocky, as well as E.T. the Extraterrestrial, as well, if you noticed, in Tokimeki Tonight as well. But yeah, because it's just how it is what it is for yet another kind of anime, what particularly Tokimeki Tonight, especially, because this anime is basically like a romantic comedy anime from the 80s. Yeah, it was made, and the music was done by the music composer who worked on the other anime series, Cat's Eye. Yep. Well, the theme song Tokimeki Tonight was performed by Harumi Kamo, which is the opening theme song, while Super Love Lotion is the ending theme song in the Tokimeki Tonight anime series. Yeah, the music of Tokimeki Tonight was done by Kazuo Otani, who worked on other anime, who did the music for other anime in the 80s, such as Cat's Eye, which ironically though, that Cat's Eye particularly is the more popular anime because, but for the thing about Tokimeki Tonight is that it's your typical 80s anime because, I mean, the character Ranze Ito looks like either Shinobu from Urusei Yatsura or Annie Brighton from Candy Candy, despite because she has her hair is basically the bangs and her hair is long. I don't know, I'm not sure if she looks like either Shinobu from Urusei Yatsura or Annie Brighton from Candy Candy because ironically Candy Candy is the more popular anime from the 70s as well as Urusei Yatsura is the more popular anime from Rumiko Takahashi because both Tokimeki Tonight and Urusei Yatsura are both 80s anime, which is the whole thing about it. For another kind of romantic comedy anime, for I was very how I experience for an 80s anime like Tokimeki Tonight. Yep, because this anime only lasted about 34 episodes from October 7th, 1982 until September the 22nd, 1983, which is the final episode aired in 1983, probably around the same time as the Urusei Yatsura anime TV series, as well as the Kabocha Wine anime TV series, which ironically, oh, and also Magical Angel Creamy Mami as well, and also Osamu Tezuka's follow-up film to The Fantastic Adventures of Unico, Unico in the Island of Magic, because the final episode of Tokimeki Tonight was aired in 1983 on September 22nd, 1983. Particularly around the same time as Urusei Yatsura and the Kabocha Wine, which ironically, the Kabocha Wine is another 80s anime, which I've already done my previous anime review on the Kabocha Wine. Same with Urusei Yatsura, because I think, though, the Kabocha Wine and Urusei Yatsura are particularly the more popular one as well. But anyways, Tokimeki Tonight is the perfect anime because if you like stuff, if you like stuff like, because despite that, Ranze's father is a vampire and her mother is a werewolf in the anime Tokimeki Tonight. I mean, if you like stuff like either the Addams Family or the Munsters, but you're probably gonna love Tokimeki Tonight because this is probably the greatest 80s anime that only has lasted about 34 episodes because I was very pleased when I first watched this anime. I mean, think of it. My anime review on Tokimeki Tonight is getting a lot better than my movie review on Man on the Moon and Nobody's Fool of Paul Newman and Little Miss Sunshine. But anyways, Tokimeki Tonight particularly is particularly one of my favorite 80s anime, next to Urusei Yatsura, The Kabocha Wine, Space Adventure Cobra, Fist of the North Star, and other 80s anime in general, because, I mean, talk about old school retro 80s anime, because even though Tokimeki Tonight hasn't gotten a DVD or Blu-ray release in North America yet, but I'm pretty sure Discotek Media will get a hold of Tokimeki Tonight for a Blu-ray release in standard definition quality, as it was to the DVD release by Yamato Video, which is only in Italy under the name Ranze La Strega as well. So that's going to be it for my anime review on Tokimeki Tonight for today's anime review. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my thoughts on this anime review. When I first watched Tokimeki Tonight, I really enjoyed it because I had to watch all 34 episodes of this anime series from the 80s. When it comes to 80s anime, it was lots of fun. It's kind of a lot like either the Addams Family or the Munsters, but in Japanese animation. Hope subscribe for content. My anime plan, link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook, if you have a Twitter and Facebook account, and all social media. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comments in the comment section on this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RurouniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new on my channel. Hit the notifications bell button and keep it otaku for this anime review. And I got another anime review coming up for tomorrow. What I have here. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I got another anime TV series with to cover my anime review with my anime review on Baccano. Stay tuned for my next anime review on Baccano because you won't want to miss another anime review.